You in this very room, as well as all of you watching online or watching later. We're so glad you're with us. We also this morning are blessed to have Joe Rathburn with us. Good morning. And he is going to lead us in our opening song, I Release and I Let Go, and stand, if you would, as we sing.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. I am free, it's open wide, and I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit, and I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I am only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Okay, please be seated. Now, Jody, our beloved practitioner, will lead us this morning.
Okay. So Ernest Holmes said many times, what's really important here is the study of yourself. What Ernest or anybody else had to say is secondary to the immediate personal experience that you are having all the time. There are no special revelations because everybody is receiving spiritual insight and revealing the spiritual quality, nature, or natural quality of spirit with every thought and every act. You, then, are your own healer, guru, and guide. Everything you seek is where you are now. And as we enter meditation, I invite you to affirm, I joyfully accept that my authentic self is divine spirit expressing through me and as me. that divine spirit is expressing through me and as me. And as you bring your attention gently back to the sound of my voice, know that there is only God, only the divine, only wholeness, oneness, allness. And it is eternal, infinite, all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere present, and nothing can be separated from it. The universe is the manifest body of the divine, all-inclusive. And in this consciousness of oneness, I know for each of us that we are here by divine right appointment, and that we have everything that it has available to us, through us, as us. And so it is not only safe, but essential that we accept who we are, our authentic self, because that is the divine urge wanting to express through us and as us. And it is unlimited, and it is beautiful. It is holy. It is what we are made of. So be our authentic selves. And I give great thanks that today Reverend Jerry is here to help us understand that idea even better, and that Joe is here to inspire, and the technology is here to spread, and everyone here is here to join in the community and the love and express that here and beyond, and everybody online now and later. It's just all part of this cosmic soup of the wholeness of all that is. And I speak it into the law. I know it's already true, and I say, thank you, Mother, Father, God. And so it is. Now let's hear from Joe.
Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful welcome. I appreciate it. Driving down the road one night, watching all the countryside roll by. Illuminated by the light of half a white-hot silver dollar, poking through the black backdrop of a midnight sky. I keep on driving toward it, radio playing some old Van Morrison tune. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I think I'm getting closer to the moon. Standing at a stoplight the other night, I watched some guy throw a beer can from his car. So I caught his eye and hollered, hey, picked the can up and tossed it back. He drove off yelling, well, just who do you think you are? One day I'll get in someone's face and tell them that they ought to shape up soon. And just like Alice Cramden, I'll find myself much closer to the moon. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the dish ran away with the spoon. If that cow got up there, I thought from my high chair, I bet I can make it. Yes, I can make it. And now I got these lofty dreams, and lots of folks might picture me a fool. But I take my ideals to extremes. That's one way to get ahead. When 2 steps forward and 1 step back seem to be the rule. I'm working on a better world, and I won't let no one puncture my balloon. As long as I'm trying to shoot it, I might as well get closer to the moon. Just a little closer to the moon. Yeah, I'm getting closer to the moon. Just a little closer to the moon. Yeah, I'm getting closer to the moon. go.
Is that your song? Yes. That is amazing. That is adorable. Thank you. Thank you so much. So for those of you in the audience who are watching later, if you did not get the reference to Alice Cramden, it's kind of depressing, and see me afterwards, because you may not be old enough to remember that, but many of us in the room still do. But Joe, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Have you ever seen the meme that goes around the internet all the time, and it shows two astronauts, and they're on the moon, and they find a body, and they go, look, it's Alice.
Okay. So in the 50s, I think 50s and early 60s, Jackie Gleason, who was a famous comedian, had a TV show. His wife was, so he was Ralph Cramden. His wife was, he was a bus driver. His wife was Alice. And when he would get upset with her, he would say, "To the moon, Alice." So that's the reference to that. That's adorable. Thank you so much. I love that. All right. Well, good morning once again, or good afternoon, or good evening if you're watching somewhere else or later. Great to see you all this morning. Let me start by wishing all of us happy Mother's Day. So for the mothers and grandmothers and aunties in this room, happy Mother's Day. If you are a mother to if you're not a mother to a two-footed beastie, but a four-footed beastie, or one with gills or feathers or anything else, I wish you happy Mother's Day as well. And to those of us who were not mothers, but yet we recognize that sacred, divine feminine, thank you, I knew it was there somewhere, thank you. If you recognize, and we do, that divine feminine that I'll talk about later, happy Mother's Day to us as well. Great to see you all this morning. So as you may know, let me start with one other thing. So this week I was at Unity Village outside of Kansas City. As you may know, the Centers for Spiritual Living, CSL, which is the organization that OM is part of, had the Science of Mind archives in Golden, Colorado. Absolutely amazing. They had Ernest Holmes's desk and his ministerial robe, and just absolutely amazing, oh my goodness, treasures from years and decades and potentially centuries ago. Just amazing. So they sold the property in Golden, Colorado, and moved the archives to Unity Village. Well, International New Thought Alliance, or INTA, also had the Jack Addington archives in Mesa, Arizona, with other really cool stuff. So to make a long story even longer, they have moved the stuff from Mesa and the stuff from Golden, and it is all now at Unity Village. And so this was at the INTA conference. This was the grand opening of these most amazing archives with cassette tapes and reel-to-reel tapes. I know, right? And if you don't know what that is, I don't want to hear about it. But just some amazing and photos and paintings and just absolutely amazing history of this thing that we call New Thought and how far we've come. And INTA, the International New Thought Alliance, celebrated their 111th anniversary this year. So it was pretty amazing. So it's great to be home, but I had a wonderful time at Unity Village. So my topic for this morning is authentically sharing myself. So we do our affirmative prayer, our spiritual mind treatment. We know the steps and we do that and we accept what it is and we release what no longer serves us and we say, and so it is. But what if it's not? What if it's not? Because we get, we can, and we call it manifest or demonstrate, and I guess there's a difference between those two words. I got to go look that up. But magically appears, for lack of a better term. Parking places we can do. Unexpected income or expanded income, maybe not as much. The new job might take a little while. The new relationship might take a little while. So what do we do? What do we think? And how do we take care of ourselves when whatever that is hasn't happened yet? So that's what we're talking about this morning. So we come to church and we are reminded of the truth of our being and that it is done unto us as we believe, and all the rest of that. What are we thinking about? And you get that, and we're reminded of this, and so it is, and we'll say our closing prayer, and we are energized, and this is happening, and so it is. But then we leave this room and go out into the world. What do we think, say, and do while we're waiting? If you've ever been in London and ridden their subway system that they call the Underground, you might remember there are signs everywhere, mind the gap. And the gap is that space between the edge of the platform, thank you, and the train. And you just so don't want to get your foot caught between the edge of the platform and the train. So mind the gap. And I would suggest that for us, the gap between when we say, and so it is, and the demonstration of whatever it is sacred time for us. And how important it is to not beat ourselves up with the Science of Mind textbook, and instead recognize that Spirit meets us where we are and allow ourselves to be gentle with ourselves and keep asking, getting ahead of myself, but quoting Edwin Gaines, what must I change about myself in order to receive this? But again, treating ourselves with that love and that compassion. And so what do I need to do? This might come from the recovery community, I'm not sure, but I love it either way. Don't quit before the miracle happens. So how often do we just get that? And you've had that. Maybe it's the divine discontent that I've put up with this or I really want, and it hasn't happened yet, and so I'm doing my affirmative prayer, my spiritual mind treatment, and I'm looking, and I'm waiting. And then, I'll switch to plan B. Well, if I can't have that, after everything I've done for you, God, you still haven't given this to me. If I can't have this, maybe I can have this. And if I can't have this, maybe I can have this. But that's not what we're here for, is to recognize that divine discontent that says, wouldn't you really rather ... And honor that and recognize that if we have that idea, if we have the passion for that there must be some way for that to happen. But again, to treat ourselves authentically and with a little more love and a little more compassion as we're changing whatever our beliefs are so that this can happen for us. Because during this period of time, if it hasn't happened, and it hasn't happened, and it hasn't happened, we could experience doubt. And so doubt is what we're talking about this month. I love this quote from Aaron Ross. Doubt becomes divine and a positive force in our lives when doubt pushes us to let go of the idols of our beliefs or our inaccurate or unhelpful beliefs about God. Spirit, the universe, the infinite, the divine, whatever you choose to call her. Divine doubt is doubt that pushes us to go beyond what we think we already know and asks us to seek yet again something we will never fully grasp, the mystery of God. As the saying goes, if we can fit God inside of our head, then that God, small g, is not really God, capital G, at all. Interesting. So when I talk about this every once in a while with myself and you as well, what do I really believe about spirit? And am I slipping back into those old beliefs? And what do I need to update? What do I need to change? What do I need to release? Because so often we have the idea of how it, whatever it is going to happen for us. It's going to come UPS. I'm looking for the brown truck. I'm waiting for the brown truck. No brown truck. There might be a FedEx truck, but no, I'm waiting for the brown truck. There might be a DHL or a postal service or who else is out there? Amazon, right. It might be one of those other delivery systems, but no, thank you, I'm waiting for the brown truck. And so do we miss that opportunity, that blessing, that manifestation, because we've got an idea that it has to come this way? So I quoted her once before. Edwene Gaines wrote The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. Amazing book. She's a dear friend and absolutely one of my teachers. And in her book, she writes about this young woman that she knew that just really was getting the divine discontent to get a new job and source of income. I know spirit is our source, but you can sit on the couch and allow spirit to do what spirit does, but very often you got to get up and go do what you need to do. So this young woman she just really wanted to do this, and she loved to travel. And so how cool would it be, Spirit said, paraphrasing, how cool would it be if you could take all those things that you love to do and make it into something that brings you income and supports you? Yes. And as divine coincidence would have it, she wound up being the traveling companion for this very wealthy woman who wanted to travel all over Europe but didn't have anybody to go with, and paid all of her expenses and became a dear friend, and she just had an amazing time. So if we limit how it could be to what we think it could be, we miss out on the opportunities that Spirit might have for us. So that's those unhelpful and inaccurate beliefs about Spirit, that Spirit only has certain ways of bringing our good to us. But consider this. Consider this. If you were with me last time, and you've slept since then, so you might not remember, but I shared the story last month of my trip home from Tampa. And it was on a Sunday where there's a weather front sitting over most of the United States. And so I'm hoping, planning, begging, beseeching to fly Tampa, San Francisco, San Diego. But the other flights to Tampa have to go around this weather front to get there. So my flight from Tampa to San Francisco was delayed. And it was delayed. And it was delayed. And now it's past the time for me to get to San Francisco to be able to get my connection to San Diego. So I've missed the connection. And so my ego, Wayne Dyer says, stands for edging God out. My ego says, okay, well, you just get a hotel by the airport and come home on Monday, except I've got a meeting Monday morning, but you'll just have to let them know. Get a hotel. Or if there's not a hotel room, sleep in the airport. Or I've never had to do that before, but I'll live through it. It'll be okay. And Spirit did what Spirit does. And it turns out that the pilots flying the plane from Tampa to San Francisco were the same pilots that were flying the plane from San Francisco to San Diego. So they couldn't go without them or without me. I know, right? And I'm like, really? How often do we have those? Because I couldn't have imagined of all the possible possibilities that was not on the list. But what we also know is spirit has a bigger view. Spirit has a view of all the possibilities, and so when we allow that and relax, then the most amazing things happen. Yes.
Was it Spirit Airlines?
No. For a variety of reasons, no, it was not. But thank you for asking. Yes. Although it was that it's just that name wasn't on the side of the plane. But thank you for that. Thank you for that. So during this situation, during our situations, do we allow ourselves to stay focused, but also stay in kindness and compassion and understanding for ourselves? To recognize, yeah, I'm 91 3/4% sure, but not 100. And allow that. Again, without beating ourselves up with the Science of Mind textbook, without, oh, for the love of God, Jerry, you're a religious science minister. How come you're getting so upset about that? Well, because I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and as are the rest of us. But we have doubts. Sometimes we have doubts because we believe that we are too much or not enough. I would really like to do that, but I don't have enough money, enough wisdom, enough, or I have too much, too many years on this earth. We're just too old to do that. Just too much, whatever it is. Our doubts might remind us that we're somehow not worthy. And if we have old stuff about that, how important it is to recognize that right now in this moment, we are the essence, expression, and experience of spirit. Period. Has nothing to do with where we've been, has nothing to do with what anybody said. The truth is we are spirit in expression. That's all there is. It didn't work before. Ever done that? Yep, it didn't. I'm not trying that again. It didn't work before. But I'm different than I was the first time I tried it. And if it didn't work first time, we can go back and try again. There's a great quote from Ernest Holmes about that. Never limit your view of life by any past experience. The possibility of life is inherent within the capacity to imagine what life is, backed by the power to produce this imagery or divine imagination. It's not a question of failing or succeeding. It's simply a question of sticking to an idea until it becomes a tangible reality. The illusion is in the way we look at things. So what I can do and what we can do is look at that experience when we did our spiritual mind treatment and we labeled that as a miracle. I mean, we're talking parting of the Red Sea, feeding of the 5,000, and Jerry getting home from Tampa on that Sunday. I mean, it's right. It's in the top. It's right up there with those other ones. And if spirit can do that, spirit can certainly, and you get to fill in the blank. So we can use those reminders of how when we said our word, something happened, and we know the power of our words in day-to-day life. It might look sometimes like it isn't working, but as we know, it's always working. It with a capital I. And again, if this is not happening for us, what do I believe about it, and what do I need to change related to my beliefs. So again, reviewing, quoting Edwin Gaines, what must I change about myself in order to receive this? So you might know that Thursday was the National Day of Prayer. And we don't use we say affirmative prayer, but we don't use the P word that often. But I would ask myself, and since you're in the room, I'll ask you too. You'll remember in Matthew and the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said to ask, seek, and knock. Do we? Do we do that? Do we ask? Do we seek? Because I've got this situation and I don't know how to deal with it. So I ask and allow Spirit to do what Spirit does. And keep asking and keep seeking and keep knocking and maybe even banging on the door, recognizing again that we're not talking God into doing anything. We're changing our belief about whatever it is that's blocking the flow. And seeing and recognizing and loving ourselves through that process of yes, buts. Yes, but it's okay. Yes, but I'm too old. That's too big. That's not there's not enough. Whatever it is, recognize that, allow that, and keep moving. So the opportunity is always there for us to treat ourselves with the same unconditional love and compassion that we would offer to anyone else. To live in the sacred I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know, because sometimes we have those when there's been a death in the family, when a job change that we weren't planning on, when we have a housing situation that we need to adjust. I don't know how this is going to happen or to manifest or to work out, but I know that I am, and quoting Louise Hay, I am safe, it's only change. I am safe, it's only change. And allow Spirit to do what Spirit does. To see that, yep, I got a little fear there, a little anger there, a little grief there, a little worry there. That's okay. And feel those and face those and keep moving. Because we can walk and chew gum. We can feel that fear and keep moving. And be authentically ourselves without toxic positivity and spiritual bypass. And you've heard me talk about that before, that when we're in the middle of a situation that just is hurting our hearts, and sometimes we might try to cover it up with, well, it's all in divine order, it's all good, all that other stuff, which is absolutely true, but we have to allow ourselves to feel whatever it is again and keep moving. Keep moving. So that one piece before, well, it happened before. It didn't work last time. I'm not going to do that. Do we do that? Course in Miracles reminds us that past, present, and future are not continuous unless we force continuity on them. And I love the concept of that, because just because we tried before and it didn't turn out the way we had in mind doesn't mean that it's not going to work for us the way we want this time, because we're different people. We have different beliefs, different ideas. So whatever it was, if it didn't work last time and it makes your heart sing and your tail wag, there's an opportunity to do that and to recognize the doubt, to recognize the fear, and keep moving. So it's Mother's Day, and as we talked about before, we honor your experience as a mother. We honor your experience because pretty much all of us had a mother. If your relationship with your mother was not a Hallmark card, or was not what it could have been or maybe should have been, I invite you to hold yourself with a little extra love and compassion today, and recognize that, and forgive if there's something that needs to be forgiven. Today is the greatest day up till now to forgive, so that we don't have to carry whatever that was with us, and allow that to move forward. So on Mother's Day, we talk about the divine feminine being the loving, nurturing, always in the present moment, always forgiving, always not judgmental. I think I have a slide. Oh, there we go. So happy Mother's Day. So the divine feminine is nurturing, is intuitive, it's creative, it's empathetic, it's inner harmony, and it's power from within rather than power over. So it's power, not force. It's the still small voice that says, yes, but. Yes, but. It didn't work last time. Yes, but. It's a new day with new possibilities. Yes, but I'm terrified of this. Yes, but I'm right here. Let's try again. Whatever it is. It's the still small voice, the loving, nurturing. Because we get the thoughts and the ideas all the time, and the loving, nurturing ones, we hear voices, we do. But the loving, nurturing ones are the still small voice and the intuition and the divine guidance, the ones that start with, for me, and you've heard me say this before, the ones that start with, for the love of God, Jerry, that's not spirit. That's my ego getting ready to beat me up again. But this loving, nurturing presence says, try again, or what about this, or I know that you're doubting. I know that you're fearful. I know that you're angry. I know that you're grieving. And so we can feel those feelings as human beings and keep moving, and how important it is that we keep moving. So one of my favorite songs is I Will Be Gentle With Myself by Karen Drucker. And thanks to the joys of technology, our beloved Martin is going to play that for us. As you listen to this song.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast easy on myself, and I love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself, and I love myself like a baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Now I know I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself, and I hold myself like a newborn baby child. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself, and I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I rock myself like a newborn baby child. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I love myself like a newborn baby child.
I know, right? Thank you. Thank you. So our assignment for this afternoon is to treat ourselves like a newborn baby child, to put down the baseball bat, to put down the judgment and all the rest of that, and recognize that we're the beloved right in this moment, exactly where we are. To recognize where we are with vulnerability, honesty, and authenticity, with kindness and compassion for ourselves, without spiritual bypass and toxic positivity. Just notice, whatever it is. But also be aware of what's possible. And I want to close with this quote that I love, and then I'll pray us out. Come to the edge. We can't, we're afraid. Come to the edge. We can't, we will fall. Come to the edge. And they came, and she pushed them, and they flew. That's that divine discontent. That's that yes, but. And feel what you feel, and feel the fear, and feel the doubt, and feel and all the rest of that, and keep moving. So with that in mind, join me in the light for just a minute. So in the peace and the quiet of this moment, we offer great thanks for the opportunity to be back together in this beloved spiritual community, for the opportunity to be reminded of the truth of our being, that we are, always have been, always will be the beloved. And we allow ourselves to feel what we feel, to live this thing called life as human experience, to ask, to seek, to knock, to say yes, to say no, knowing that life is for us, loves and adores us, and wants us to have whatever it is. So we give thanks for our mothers, for the divine feminine experiences in our lives, for those people who offer us love and kindness and compassion, and we allow ourselves to do the same for ourselves. So for this day, our time together, we give great thanks. And together we say, and so it is. Thanks, everybody.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
I think the song relates to a good portion of your talk. We'll soon see. You're on a roll, everything's going your way. Down in your soul, you feel like it's your lucky day. Then from out of left field, something throws you a curve. Swing and a miss, and you're losing your nerve. But it ain't the ball game, it's only one inning of play. Be ready for anything when opportunity knocks. Your game goes to hell when you dwell on the stumbling blocks. You're flying high, eagles have nothing on you. High in the sky, it's such an incredible view. Oh, you're hot as a pistol, your climb has begun, but your wings start to melt as you draw near the sun. Better swallow your pride and drop down a mile or two. This is a mythology, don't dash yourself on the rocks. Pack your parachute well and don't dwell on the stumbling blocks. No. You fell off the horse, now you are down on your knees. Man, it's an obstacle course. Of course, there's going to be moments like these. You can pray for an answer, your answer's quite clear. Get back in the saddle and ride out of here into the sunset or any direction you please. The hurdles are out there, you better brace for the shocks. Okay, so you fell, just don't dwell on the stumbling blocks. Be ready for anything when opportunity knocks. Your game goes to hell when you dwell on the stumbling blocks. This isn't myth. mythology. Don't dash yourself on the rocks. Pack your parachute well and don't dwell on the stumbling blocks. The stumbling blocks.
Thank you.
Great song. Thank you once again. Nice. At your chair this morning, you have an index card and a pen and some other stuff as well. And I invite you, if you have a prayer request or something came up for you this morning that you'd like prayer support for, or you brought a celebration on your heart that you'd like to share with our ministers and practitioners, invite you to write that down on the index card. We will take just a couple of minutes to finish those up and then ask the ushers to bring those forward. So any prayer requests, please put those on the index cards and we'll collect in just a couple of minutes.
So I am knowing for us in this consciousness of oneness that we are filled with spirit, that we are spirit, that we are filled with love and compassion and caring for ourselves and for others. That we are peace. We are the center of peace, the peace beyond all understanding. And I am so grateful for the support that we offer as a community and in every aspect of our lives, in and out of this room. And we let go. We let go of that old, funky stuff. Just let it go. And then we embrace being generous and giving and receiving. We let go of the fear and the judgment. We accept the health that is ours, that divine pattern that exists, that is ours. We accept it. And we know we are safe in the Spirit because we are eternal, infinite beings, exactly as we are, and that we experience that. And so I know that this is so. I let it go. It is so. It is done. And I pass it to Reverend Jerry.
And I accept that light in the recognition that just as we are the essence, expression, and experience of Spirit, so our dear ones are as well. And for our family members experiencing anything unlike love or unlike peace, we hold them in the light and know that that dis-ease or disorder is released right now, and they move forward in great joy and possibility. We recognize that when we are ready, there is always newness and new possibilities for us. And so we accept that in our finances, in our work life, in every area of our lives. And on this Mother's Day, we allow our hearts to be touched by this divine feminine and this experience of love, of compassion, of wisdom, and of possibility. And as we know that for ourselves, we know that for everyone else. And so in great joy and gratitude, together we say, and so it is. Thank you, dear. Did we miss anyone for the tithes and offerings? Okay, thank you all so much for that. We appreciate you, and just a gentle reminder that you can give either here on Sundays or on the website or through PayPal or Venmo or by mailing a check or bringing a rolled coin or whatever you choose to do. We appreciate that very much. So let's just know in this moment that as we release these tithes and offerings, we say thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this abundance it's ours to share, recognizing in this law of giving and receiving that as we give, we do receive. We give great thanks. Together we say, and so it is. I have one announcement for you. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff on the back table, and one additional announcement for you. Just a reminder, our beloved Jody will be teaching a new class, Ancient Wisdom and Science of Mind. It is a CSL certified class, May 30th through June 27th, 10 a.m. to noon on Zoom. Okay. And Jody is here with us this morning if you have questions, and there's more information and the clipboard on the table, or there will be, in the back of the room, so please do keep that in mind for the end of May. Joe Rathburn, wonderful music. Thank you so much once again. Martin, we couldn't do what we do without you. Thank you so much. Emma and Victoria and everybody else involved in, and Mava and everybody else involved in setup and running the service. Thank you all very much. Those of you on Zoom, thank you so much for being with us, and happy Mother's Day. And again, thank you all. Great to see you. Stand if you would. We will say our 2 affirmations and then sing Let There Be Peace. So we know that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
Amen.
And I am an expression of God, born into the richness and abundance of the indwelling presence. Today I walk upon my world, consciously creating oneness within and around me. And so it is.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, I make this my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with